Sunshine. Welcome to the show. I'm Coy Wire with your 10 minutes of news right here on CNN 10. Quick challenge for you this Tongue Twister Tuesday. Toy boat 5 times really fast. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was 5. All right, press pause if you'd like to give it a shot before we get going. If not, your 10 minutes of news starts now. A huge labor strike is causing travel chaos at one of North America's largest airlines. More than 10,000 Air Canada flight attendants walked off the job over the weekend to demand better pay. A labor strike is when a group of workers all stop working at the same time to protest something they think is unfair at their job. In theory, if a lot of workers stop working, the company will then feel pressured to listen because the business can't run properly without its employees, right? As of Monday, this strike was still going on despite a back-to-work order from the Canadian government. So far, it's caused hundreds of flight cancellations, leaving more than 100,000 travelers stranded.
I'm from Vancouver. I came with my family here for a family vacation, and now we can't get home.
This is Canada's air carrier, and, Canadians want to come home. That's a good news story. So bring us home.
The workers say they are seeking better pay, and they want to be paid for the work they do when planes are on the ground, not just in the air. Air Canada, for their part, says it has offered a 38% increase over 4 years, as well as hourly raises.
We are here because Air Canada pays our junior flight attendants so little, we had to open food banks in our union offices. Because our flight attendants are living 6 or 8 or 10 to a 2-bedroom apartment in Toronto or in RVs in the parking lot in the Vancouver airport.
Air Canada says it will resume operations as soon as possible, but warned that customers should not head to the airport unless they have confirmed their flight is with Air Canada or if it has been reassigned to another airline. Now an update to a story we brought to you back in May. The social media influencer and pilot Ethan Guo, the 19-year-old, was attempting to fly to all 7 continents solo in a bid to raise $1 million for cancer research.
The adrenaline I get from this is it's definitely adrenaline from crossing oceans in a tiny plane. It's super nerve-wracking. I wouldn't say exciting, nerve-wracking.
But his quest hit a major rough patch after touching down in Antarctica. He was detained by authorities in Chile, which manages part of the Arctic territory, where he was quickly accused of making an unauthorized landing on the continent. Guo insists he had permission to land, and he's been stuck on a remote island for months while his court case played out. Now, a deal has been reached to let him leave. It requires him to donate $30,000 to a children's cancer foundation in the next 30 days, and he must stay out of Chilean territory for 3 years. But it appears there's one more big catch. Guo says he hasn't been allowed to fly off of the island. His legal team tells CNN that he's been trying to secure passage off the island via boat. At this point, it's unclear what will happen to his plane, but prosecutors say if he doesn't meet the terms of the deal, court proceedings could continue. A new initiative in Malaysia is helping both the indigenous villagers and endangered species. A wildlife sanctuary now has a team of local women looking after some of the country's small apes called gibbons. CNN's Linda Kincaid has more.
Malaysia's first all-female ranger unit cares for these tree-dwelling apes, which are known for their singing. The job empowers the indigenous women and protects this endangered species.
The first time I entered the gibbon area, I felt happy and excited to see them with my own eyes. Their voices were so powerful, especially when they sang. It was as if they overpowered the sound of the river.
Malaysia is home to 5 of the 25 species of gibbons in Southeast Asia, according to the Gibbon Conservation Society, which cares for dozens of the apes. The illegal wildlife pet trade is a major factor causing a decline in numbers. The GCS estimates that traders will kill an entire family just to get one gibbon baby to sell as a pet. And many of those infants later die while being transported.
We are working with traumatized gibbons here, They will not easily trust humans.
This unit is a chance to both empower the women on the team to become more independent, while also creating a deep bond with these endangered creatures.
I wanted to show that women can work too. We don't have to rely solely on men to provide for the family. There's no difference between men and women. We can work too.
10-second trivia. In Japan, which of the following menu items are offered in a McDonald's Happy Meal? Corn soup, rice ball, shrimp burger, all of the above? If you said all of the above, I'm loving it. McDonald's is known to tailor their Happy Meals to kids' picky palates around the planet. A favorite in the Philippines, mixed spaghetti with sweet tomato sauce. In Egypt, a McFalafel, of course. Have you heard about all of the perfectly fine, uneaten Happy Meals being found in the streets of Japan? The culprit? Pokemon. A promotion at McDonald's in Japan caused a frenzy. Super fans buying the meals just to get their hands on the limited edition Pokemon cards inside. Our Hanako Montgomery is here to tell us about the collector's quest to catch them all and the outrage from those in the fight against food waste.
For a limited time, McDonald's Japan was collaborating with Pokemon and was selling Pokemon cards inside these Happy Meal sets. This collaboration was so popular that hundreds of people were lining up outside McDonald's restaurants just to get their hands on a Happy Meal set. Now, some of these people were buying multiple sets, taking the cards, but dumping the food, often uneaten. Videos of uneaten Happy Meal sets went viral on Japanese social media and caused a lot of discussion and debate around the issues of food waste and consumer ethics. Also, some of the people buying these Happy Meal sets would resell the Pokemon cards at a much, much higher price online, sometimes 10 times the cost of an original Happy Meal, which costs about $3.5 US. McDonald's Japan also responded with a statement saying that it does not, quote, tolerate the purchase of Happy Meals for resale or the abandonment or disposal of food. Now, this collaboration was so popular that McDonald's actually ran out of cards to sell and they had to end the promotion early.
Now to two 10-year-old girls causing some pandemonium in the world of competitive chess. They became nightmares for a couple of grandmasters. 10-year-old Bodhana Sivanandan made history becoming the youngest female ever to defeat a grandmaster. That's the highest rank in chess. She beat 60-year-old Pete Wells in the final round of the 2025 British Chess Championships last week. Just 10 years, 5 months, and 3 days old, but she's no rookie. She started playing at 5 years old and is now become the youngest ever woman international master. And get this, mate, just hours later, another slightly older 10-year-old from Redwoods, California, Rhea Jha, set the American record for youngest girl to defeat a grandmaster in a classical game at the Joe Yun Memorial. For the win, she was given a $2,000 check, mate. Yes, queens, rook on. Today's story getting a 10 out of 10.
Santos Vagos for life.